Welcome on board, welcome back. Today we're going to have a reading on Uranus and Penelope energies that are coming through. And if you want to know more on the minor arcana, basic astrology, personal readings, my shop, and my other channel here on YouTube, please go down below the video and check out the information in the description box. So let's have a look at Uranus and Penelope. The first card is about, well, this is first of all referring to Greek mythology, a card that is referring to that. And I will just read the first card aloud. This is talking about remoteless Uranus. This card represents a distant potential that is so far removed from the present that it is hard to imagine and has yet to take form. A remote concept or ideal for the future that is far away in time and space, where the Greeks believed perfection lay. As a god, Uranus symbolizes higher concepts, notions, and visions. He remained separate and distant from his consort, Earth, or Gaia, because it would sully his flawlessness. But each night he brought his ideas to Earth when he came to lie over Gaia. Whatever question you have, the answer might require you to separate your emotions from the issue and look at things from a new perspective. Perhaps you can't yet see the potential clearly enough and need space to organize your thoughts. An entirely fresh view of things might allow imaginative ideas to flourish. Try mentally reaching into the remote, starry heavens for answers, and then bring the ideas to Earth as Uranus did. And I will say that there could be a period of time from July 10th until July 14th or 15th. On July 10th, we had Venus moving into Virgo, meeting up with the South Node, which means that the South Node is our prior lifetimes accumulated, surrounded by Virgo energies, which means how are we taking care of our everyday life routines, and where do we need to be of service. And with Venus entering into that, we also are asked to have a focus on our own resources. How much are we giving away, and how much do we allow ourselves to receive? So there's some kind of an issue there back in time for some of you out there. But also the moon entered into Gemini, where it met up with exactly Uranus and also Mars. Now Mars is about our aura field, third eye, physical eyes, and our brain. So there might have been some disturbing things here. Something unexpectedly happened to you in your life, or maybe it was internal, maybe it was in your body. And also the moon moved on into Cancer, where it met up with Sun and Mercury retrograde. A lot of thinking processes coming back to us, maybe internal dialogues. The Sun trying to bring some clarity and harmony into all of that, but also reminding us of where we come from, our home, our background, and also memories, our feelings and dreams. And then also finally the moon moved into Leo, where it met up with Jupiter, who's in right now at the beginning of Leo. So Jupiter has recently changed from, or shifted from Cancer into Leo, which means it's coming from the feminine over into the masculine, from being very reserved and private coming into something more action oriented, okay, expansiveness and moving very fast and being enormously creative. But with Leo, which is the home sign of the sun, we also reminded here to take care of what is precious to us. What is it that we want to create? So there might have been some kind of disturbing energies. I'm just saying it because I experienced it myself, that it was an enormous kind of wake-up call, which is also back to Uranus. Uranus is the mentalist, the psychologist, the astronomer, and is trying to see things from a higher perspective. Now, what we can add to all of this is, of course, Pluto in Aquarius, because Uranus is ruling over the sign of Aquarius, and we have Pluto there for many years to come. And Pluto is about the deepest part of our unconsciousness. So something could have come up about anxiety, conflicts, traumas, again back in time, and now it seemed to come back around to find us, but only to regenerate us, to finally take the last bit of what has been disturbing us or holding us back or not making us able to see clearly. Okay, so I'm just mentioning July 10th to around July 14th or 15th, and of course also we had a new moon in Cancer on the 14th of July. Okay, so I'm always having this on like the 4th of July, right? Freedom-oriented energies when it comes to the US. But it always pops up like 4th of July. So maybe you found that someone has been lying to you, or you've been lying to yourself. Some of that has been, someone has been awakened here. That's what I'm getting from that. So take that with you if you feel it resonates, and also take with you what I just read aloud out on Uranus. And then we have Penelope, reunion. Penelope was a young wife with a new baby son when her husband and king Odysseus, in Danish we say Odysseus, so I'm just gonna say that, okay? Odysseus left to fight in the Trojan War. She then remained faithful and true to her husband, even though he was gone for over 20 years. As time passed, Penelope was besieged by hundreds of suitors. However, her heart remained steadfast, and she devised clever ways to delay the day when she would be forced to choose one of them. She missed her husband with all her soul, and her trust never wavered. Eventually, the lost and weary Odysseus made it home again, but suspicious of what he might find, he disguised himself first. On learning of Penelope's faithfulness, he eventually revealed himself to her, and they were reunited once more. If you're waiting for a beloved to return, you might take heart from this inspiring story. This message is a positive one of hope and unwavering faith that one day there will be a reunion and love will have its day. Okay, so the first feeling I got when I pulled out the cards here was that something that we have been separate from is coming back to us, okay, is going to reunite with us. So for some of you, you may feel that it's time to let something go finally. You have been waiting perhaps for 20 years to reach an agreement with someone, but for most of you, I feel that there's something that has been apart from you for many, many years, and it's finally coming back. Let's have a look at the next cards that came out just before we begin the actual reading on these energies. We have the Emerald Tablet activation here. Cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting, okay? And Uranus is also about being more aware about cause and effect. And then we have Orion activation. So we are back into Leo here and the pyramids. The pyramids pointing up to the constellation of Orion, where it is said to be a time travel portal. Many UFOs observations have been made there. So this is about supernova recreation, and recreation is also about the sun and Leo, something new. Everything begins and everything ends in the sign of Leo, because that's where we have our star, the sun, the beginning of everything, the core of everything. Renewal, rebirth by light. So that could be some kind of agreement, some kind of portal. We are ready for the next level in this, whatever it is that is returning to us. An ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. Okay, so this could also be now something that is coming back around, that we have learned more about our boundaries, we have learned more about our lineage, we are beginning to understand why things have happened the way they have in our lives, and we are ready to release some of that now. And karmic or karma means action. So when we start to awaken to something, to see something, understand something very, very clearly, we can also start to take different action on things. And that's when we are releasing our karma. Okay, a few other cards that came through, a few words that you can take with you as well. We have sanctuary coming out with body. So that might be important for some of you to get more into your or down in your body, because with Uranus we are out with the planets that we cannot see with directly from Earth. So that is also something that is more hidden for us, and we can get very mental about that, and we can forget that we are actually on Earth. That's where we get so far away that we forget that our body is also an antenna of cosmic energy. So some of you might want to do some more body work, or you want to start eat differently, drink more water, listen more to your body and what it needs, and also not trying to take control of that, but allow your body to take control. Okay. And the other couple coming out here is calmness alongside with compassion. So go with the cards however you feel they speak to you. I will timestamp them down below the video so that you can always come back to this part of the reading. So let's pull some oracle cards to see what it is perhaps Uranus is trying to tell us here. Maybe you want to find your personal position of Uranus in your chart. Always check up on your chart, because the more you, or the better you know your own chart, the more you will be able to take with you from my readings. Okay, so use my readings as inspiration and guidance for you to become your own best healer and advisor. So let's see what's up here. Yeah, what's up here, what's going on. And the south and north nodes are also very soon changing signs, moving into Leo. That's the south node, and the north node is moving into Aquarius, and they will be there for the next approximately 18 months. So check out where you have Leo and Aquarius. Where is it now that you feel there is something again coming back to you, need to have a look at? And where is it that you feel you need to have a focus on, where you know where is it that you want to go? The north node is always worth checking up when you are interpreting your chart from time to time, because the north node is leading you out towards what it is that you always need to be attentive towards. Okay, we have the Sacred Fool here. So what is it that is someone playing us at this moment, or are we trying to play someone? The bottom of the card deck could mean something for you. 23, defend to the end the worthwhile. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you need to defend yourself a little bit more and your values. When things are starting to come back around, we have learned something. With the duration of approximately 20 years, if we keep to the Greek mythology, we have learned something. In 20 years, there will have been some kind of lessons to be learned. We have changed our lives in some way. Maybe not in a great way, but there are always smaller and bigger things that we have changed. We cannot stay the same. For some of you, maybe you have changed your ways, your lives in a big way. For some of you, you feel that nothing much has happened, but try to look back. What has happened actually for the last 20 years? Where were you 20 years ago? Because the universe is never standing still. There is always movement, and so there is always movement in our lives, because we're also part of cosmos. Okay, so either something is playing us right now, or something is coming back around. we have also cause and effect here. So whatever it is that is returning, we must also be responsible for that. That's no joke. Maybe there's a joker here, but that's no joke. Who's the joke? And also we are saying, you know, that's on you, but this is also on us. So maybe someone is being manipulated here. Also back to Pluto in Aquarius, I mentioned before, with July 10th to July 14th or 15th, that something has been playing us, or something has had a hold on us for a very long time. And maybe it's now that maybe Uranus is an inner energy that is coming back around to tell us, well, you have awakened, or you are about to wake up. You're about to change your life. You're becoming more authentic here, okay? So whatever it is that's had a hold on us, we need to have a look on that, because then we can start to change how we take action on that, okay? And there's definitely something here that is worth defending, okay? Whether it's a vision, an idea, a dream, an emotion. We have the owl here who helps us look through these deep shadow sides of Pluto to make sure that we arrive exactly at the time and place we need to arrive into and at. And there is definitely someone here who needs to step up and say, you know what, I'm gonna defend this. I know maybe it's about your own worth. I know what I'm worth. I know my job. I know my shit. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm not gonna allow someone to play me around here. And I like how this card is all gray. It's like a gray zone. Nothing is black and white. Everything is always intertwined. And this card is more like colors, and it's more vibrant. So the owl is wisdom. The owl is smart. And you know what you know. You know what you see. There's something about her eyes here leading us back to Mars. So with Mars and Uranus in Gemini, it's about how we are talking to ourselves. And also become like children again. I brought some pictures here because we're in Cancer season. That's also about wild nature and children. And also Gemini is very much this childless, or not childless, is childlike. Yeah, for some of you, you might feel that you've lost your inner child, which is back to the Sun and Leo. But this is about being, you know, coming alive in Gemini, being curious and being free of prejudice, maybe first and foremost towards ourselves. Let's pull some astrology cards, and here we have a planet card coming out first, and we have actually Pluto. Okay, so there's definitely something that's been rocking our world lately. I will just see, yeah, at the bottom of the card deck we actually have Leo also. So for some of you out there, when the South Node is changing or shifting, sorry, into Leo around, I think it's the absolute end of July, see how the past is being revived, or again coming back, something's being regenerated. Let's just see. Okay, there are no other cards showing up here, so a very intense focused energy here, very much Pluto energies, back to Mars and the eyes, something about ourself here. And there's also something going on with our aura field, right? Information is coming down, hitting our third eye. Something is being awakened, and we're getting a lot of support here. So look out for the people around you. Are they supporting you, or are they playing you? Because if they're playing you, who's the fool, right? And there is something sacred here, and that would lead us back to Leo and the Sun. That's sacred. That's the energy. That's the light, our light, the plasma we have come with here on Earth, the energy that we are supposed to radiate here on Earth. And that's always worth defending. Okay? So don't let anyone talk you down or let someone take control. Pluto is about secrets also and what's underneath, right? And So if someone is lying to you, or you sense that there's something going on beneath the surface here, look more into that. But there is also a deeper regeneration coming forth here. Someone is being reborn back to Mars. Mars is about the first house and Aries energies, new beginnings. So let's pull a color card to see what color is coming in to support us now. We have actually the pearl here, so I will just pull another card, connect to the divine. Card number 25. So whatever the divine is for you. Is it a certain planet you feel that you are interacting with? Our aura field is under major transformation these years because we have Neptune in the house and sign of Mars, which is Aries. So a lot is going on. There's like this major wash off of our own egos, and maybe there's a whole new ID coming out here, identification, right? Who are we? Who are you? So connect to the divine, maybe put on some pearls if you have them. I will just manifest a little bit of that energy right now, putting them over here. I have some pearls here. Okay, so go with that if you feel inspired to. Also got some Jupiter here, so maybe you want to make some tea from Jupiter. Is keeping you protected and keeping you close to earth energies. Back to those of you who felt that sanctuary and body was something that spoke to you. Let's pull another, I would like to say light card, but it is a color card deck. Maybe some of you feel inspired through looking at these beautiful colors. So there is regeneration right now, but there's also a karmic release again. We have Saturn, which is about karma. Pluto is about our prior incarnations. So there is something we are releasing with Saturn and Pluto meeting up here in the reading as well. And it's setting us free. So Pluto is about our will. It's also something that we can go against. Again, major control issues here actually, and manipulation. So you need to address those issues in your life. Is it yourself? Are you manipulating yourself somehow? Are you suppressing yourself, or are you allowing your environment to suppress you? Or where is this manipulation going on? Where is this lie? Where is the fourth of you lie? Where is that buried in our own personal life? And when we have a look at that, when we say yes to Pluto, yes, I would like to cooperate with you. Yes, I'm going to dive into the deep, dark ocean with the owl in front of me, because I know the owl will be able to make me understand what's going on here. When we say yes to that, we will also set ourselves free. It is not until we have faced our deepest, darkest fears and conflicts and dramas and traumas, whatever it is for us individually, that we set ourselves free. If we don't do that, we can live an entire lifetime on lies, on being fake, on not wanting to see the truth. And that's not a life, in my opinion, that is worth living. Because, well, if you feel happy, I don't think you do. When you know, we always, or most of us, we know when we lie to ourselves. We know when there's something we are avoiding here, and we can see how that's going out, or that's playing out in the collective right now, right? Many people are fearful to face the truth. But when we do that, we can change the world. We can change ourselves. That's really where it all begins. So let's do that. Let's have a look at our deepest fears and traumas and conflicts. And if it's coming back around right now, we are in Cancer season, as I mentioned before, then you are allowed to cry. You're allowed to stay home. You're allowed to say, you know what, I need to close my door for a few days or maybe a few weeks. Okay, I need to be alone because I need to find my own safety. I need to find my way back to myself. I need to feel my own feelings without being manipulated all the time or suppressing myself. Then we have card number 23. So we have two 23s here. Now 2 plus 3 is also 5. So that's also about transformation. But the yellow color is standing out here. So access innovative thinking. Access innovative thinking. Okay? Lemon. And maybe some of you are just getting, you know, the smell of lemon right now. So if you have some lemon, then check it out in your fridge, okay? Or where you have it. 23 and 25. It's time to get some new perspectives on things. Back to Uranus again. Something is coming back around. We've been waiting for it for a long time. And now that it's coming back, we feel different. We understand it differently. Maybe we have awakened, okay? And you will also change your thinking processes. You know, maybe you will catch yourself in, oh, I didn't used to think about this situation like that before. That's different. Okay. Then that's part of your awakening. Okay, and you need some kind of refreshment here. We need some kind of fresh mentality. It's like the psychologist and the mentalist just needs to change his or her vibe. Okay, because Uranus is also a very smart, intelligent energy. And Cancer is also about connecting to our ancestors, also one of the cards that I pulled initially. So whatever it is that you feel, if you feel that you have a grandfather, grandmother, maybe one of your parents you lost, or someone who crossed over, that you have them around you, don't downplay that. Don't let someone tell you that you're just a puppet to new age culture. It's just something that you sense and it's wow, you know. That's just people who don't understand what astrology can do for you, what feelings can do for you, that there's an inner bigger world inside each and one of us. And that people are just downplaying that because they are afraid to see what this could be about. They could be afraid of facing that there is something bigger out there, bigger than themselves, that is also part of them. They're afraid to feel it. Right now in the collective, we are so scared of facing our feelings. That's really what we are afraid of. Because the feelings, that's the water in our body. We also sense that there's some kind of water. I always get the image of just dropping a piece of lemon into a glass of water, maybe sparkling water or something like that. That's oxygen, that's light, that's water. Water is remembrance. That's our feelings, that's our dreams, it's information also. Okay? And that's what people are afraid actually to find out. And I think that deep down, people know that it's what they are afraid of. Okay? That's why people are freaking out on UFOs and having encounters with people from other civilizations, which are really just some kind of humanoid energy from the future. Perhaps also Uranus is about the future. Okay? So let's see what the moon has for us. Remember that I mentioned the moon transiting Gemini, Cancer, and Leo in the beginning of the reading. So if you feel you resonate with that, check out those zodiac signs in your chart. But also, and especially if you have the moon or Saturn, Pluto in one of these signs as well. That's what I'm being drawn to. If you want to check out your personal planets like Mercury, Venus, and Mars, you can do that as well. But mostly it's about the moon and Saturn and Pluto. Okay, so let's see. The moon is about something that has got to do with travel. Okay, I will just put them down here. Travel, animals, just go with these cards intuitively. See where they lead you. Put this over here. Inspiration and fertility. Okay, something new is coming to light here. This could be the South Node changing into Leo very, very soon. So I feel that this is a time also of preparation and something coming back around to take things by the root. See how you are sharing resources with others. That's Pluto, Scorpio, and 8th house energy as well. But there's something, the traveling light. I think there's a song called that. I can't remember the singer, but check out Traveling Light. It's a great song because there's something that is traveling here. It's an inner child being reborn because of something new outside of ourselves. We're finding that now it's coming back to us, and there's something outside of ourselves as well. And the Uranus is also about the stars, star energy. Okay, so while we're traveling out there with Uranus, let's see what we're getting when we are making a travel through the wormhole or black hole, or there could definitely be something about a black hole here. And it's like this woman here on the boat, she's also pregnant. There's something fertile, there's a gift coming in, perhaps. The wolf, the truth is being reborn, perhaps, with the dove of peace coming in. So let's see, when we are taking off into space, let's see whom or what are we interacting with at this time. And we are interacting with the pentagram, card number 35, talking about harmony, protection, idealism. Idealism, that would be Neptune, right? But the pentagram is really about earth energy, that we are being protected right now while the web is being built, or things are coming together. The circle, the triangle, the square, everywhere is what I hear. Everywhere. Card number 35. So maybe the numbers are also important to you. But we are protected in these times as we are trying to find the ideal way of living. Back to Neptune energy, 12th house and Pisces. Maybe you want to check that out in your chart as well. So there's a lot coming in here on how to find the, well, perfection may not be real, but how things are making magic to us, how we are finding the magic in our own lives. Pluto is all about creating magic, because we think that here, well, chaos is just chaos, nothing is coming out of chaos. But from chaos, we are also seeing cosmos arriving, right? So when things are really just confusing with Neptune, and it's really chaotic with Pluto, out of it comes magic. Something is coming out of that. Maybe we are finding a way to shine our light. We are finding a new way to communicate with ourselves. Things are being webbed together here. We are creating something new. The circle, the square, the triangle, everything starts to fit. And in that process, we are protected here. So if you have a pentagram, use it. Maybe place it under a glass of water and leave it there, maybe in the moonlight for like a day, and then drink it the next day. There are many different rituals to keep us safe and protected. And every time we take action on what we feel inside that would make us feel protected, make us feel safe, take action on it. Do it. Okay, connect to the divine through practicality, back to Venus in Virgo. And I will just read you a little bit about the pentagram. The pentagram contains layers of meanings. The ancient Greeks, Babylonians, Taoists, Freemasons, and pagans all used the pentagram as a symbolic modality. Today's neo-pagan Wiccans typically use a pentagram star shape inside a protective cycle to represent the four elements of life and the ether or spirit element, with the most important top pointed arrow of the star being the spirit, because it esoterically links life and directs all the other elements. Pythagoras ascribed the divine proportions of the pentagram to fractal equally eternally in the golden section, 1 plus the sum of itself. Pythagoreans associated the pentagram symbol with health and well-being of the human body. Again, back to the body being the sanctuary for some of you out there right now. The inverted pentagram alone is usually a reference to the Baphomet and a sigil for post-Christian Satanism. The ancient Chinese assigned the pentagram to explain Wu Xing. The earth, metal, water, wood, and fire transitions are moments of different phases of energy and phenomena. And other words on the pentagram would be natural elements of life, good health, perfection, satisfaction, safety, and security. And so it's showing up here while we are in Cancer season, which is all about finding our sacred or our protected space. So let's pull some moon cards to these just small mantras that you can take with you to keep yourself protected. Higher self, I am ready to communicate with my higher self in my dreams and to become enlightened. Growth, I challenge myself to step outside of my comfort zone as I travel on the road to growth and illumination. Let's put it up over here. I'm getting very much Leo energies here with these cards. So, and also I would like to add or introduce my one of my jasper stones here, which is the Dalmatines, I believe it's called Dalmatines jasper, white and black, making a gray color, right? So Pluto is about also diving deeper. This is the deeper psychologist here, or understanding ourselves on a very deep level. So also use that stone for protection. And maybe also black obsidian is a good idea, or maybe you want to wear amethyst or rosa quartz to keep yourself protected also from radiation and other people's aura fields. So let's dive into the tarot and see what's coming out here. And I have brought with me to this reading today the Druidcraft Tarot deck, connecting us to Earth. And I was getting this sentence like, Druid, do it. So maybe there's something about Druid in your own energy, or there's something here you need to do that is connected to Earth energies. Maybe there are some kind of practicalities you want to do. Venus, again in Virgo, is calling for that. Venus is about our senses, how we hear things, how we smell things, how we taste things, and it's about our voice. Let's see what's coming out here. First of all, we have the Sun in reverse, so there might be some kind of disagreement right now, or there could be some kind of something that is unclear, but this could also be our inner sun rising. So maybe you want to check out your first to your sixth house. That's really the subconscious part of our chart, where the 7th to the 12th houses are about becoming more aware of things. That's conscious. So there is something where we need to dive deeper. The sun is who we are, all our personality. So we maybe need to take a deep dive. And I'm also hearing Elton John's song, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. But we need to dive deeper into ourselves, okay, to know all the sides of ourselves. There's something we need to pick up on here that may not have been visible for us. Dive deeper into the shadow sides, perhaps. There's something that needs to be released. And remember that you are protected on this journey, but you also have to take conscious, practical action on keeping yourself protected. Maybe there are some people you need to avoid. Maybe there are some specific situations you don't want to find yourself be part of right now. The world, something is coming to an end. There is some kind of completion here. It's the end of it. It's been a long journey. It's a long travel. Maybe it's been a journey of more than 20 years where we have been apart from ourselves. Some part of ourselves that we need to reunite with right now because the time is right. This could be Saturn energies, the end of the world, for the new world to be regenerated, to come into our lives. Something new is coming in here. We are traveling here. Maybe animals would be good for you to surround yourself with, or maybe watch movies with animals where animals play the major part. For example, if you don't have a pet, or if you don't have friends or family who have animals, that you could also feel connected to. If you don't have that, watch a movie that has animals in the main part. Okay, I'm also seeing a cat here. There are two cats, I think. Smaller lions here. But also about stepping out into the world, maybe where you feel changed. You feel like you're someone showing up here, or as someone who has been on a deep dive, on a great journey, and now you are finding, you have found your way to growth and illumination, and maybe you find yourself maybe drawn, magnetically drawn to people who want to talk to you about that. They actually would like to know about your experience towards your higher self. Okay, so you are looking at yourself in a new world, in a new way, and how you are in the world. You're coming out as a very deep person. King of Swords, again back to Uranus energies, or all air signs. Check those out in your chart. I'm more hooked on Gemini actually here because Uranus is visiting Gemini, and those two are really all about how to make dialogue and communication on a higher level. Okay, again back to our higher self perhaps. Also, while Mars is in Gemini, that's about ourself, and Uranus coming in here meeting Mars, it's about higher self. So everything is up in the air, and you are preparing yourself to make a major decision, something you've been planning for a long time. Again, things that could be coming back around. Something in the past you were ready to make a decision on, and then suddenly something happened and it sent you out on a longer travel. But so that something new could be born, some kind of new inspiration. And some of you need to work with animals and somehow. And now that decision is coming back around once more, because now you're ready, because now you see the fuller picture, you see all of it. He's sitting here on the mountaintop with a 360-degree view on things. Okay, nothing passes him by because he knows the truth. Okay, so this is like the lawyer or a judge doing some kind of inquiry to gather around all the information that we needed before. It's coming back around now so that we are ready to make our case. Then we have Ten of Cups, forgiveness, satisfaction, very much back to the pentagram over here. So something is coming in here that will make us feel satisfied. Maybe we're going to find forgiveness. We're going to find a place where we can just be. We don't have to say anything specifically or do something specifically. We can just be here watching the rainbow, taking care of each other. Again, very much Cancer energies, and feeling happy. So this is our psyche here with the Swords and Cups meeting up. Our thinking processes added with our feelings. That's our psyche. Okay, so everything maybe starts with one thought. That actually has a lot of influence on our feelings, and sometimes it's the other way around. But in this reading, it's important that we start to change the way we think, our thinking patterns, and how we speak to ourselves. So how are you writing perhaps a text message to one of your friends? What kind of words do you normally use? Be more careful with that. Have an insight on that. Change that perhaps. Where you perhaps open up to something that is more warm and more motherly and more caring and loving communication here. Here we finally understand what it is we need to take or make a decision on how to be more self-acknowledging, so that we can also better acknowledge other people around us. Okay, be more caring and loving. That's how we're standing out here, because right now we are taking this journey inwardly, diving into our own world to find peace with ourselves, to become whole again, and to finally, after more than 20 years, complete the cycle of traumas or conflicts, whatever it is, or not wanting to face the fear. So for those of you who feel connected to something or someone, I will just pull you tarot cards from this card deck. Maybe the blue color is important to you. Let's see what your ancestors have to say to you, or if you feel connected to a pet who crossed over, whatever it is for you, whom or whatever it is for you. Maybe you feel you have someone sitting next to you sometimes, or you are seeing a lot of synchronicities and you have one person specifically on your mind, because this is like free thinking and free communication. This is also where we start to see eye to eye. So let's see what's coming up here for those of you who feel that. We have 10 of Swords. Someone is telling you enough's enough. Okay, you need to do something here about your thinking processes. You need to access that. Drink a lot of lemon water or eat a lot of lemons, of course, in balance, balanced. But seek lemon more, or seek the yellow color more, because enough's enough. Okay, there is someone of you who are sitting out there in a very unhealthy communications situation. Someone is backstabbing you, or maybe you're backstabbing yourself. Okay, really dive into where is the core of this energy. And then we have the Fool in reverse, which means that there could be some kind of fraud or lying. Again, back to Pluto, 4th of July. What's going on here that keeps you away from preparing yourself for a better life? And now it starts to rain really heavily outside. I'm placed in Denmark, Scandinavia, and the weather's been kind of very unstable and unnormal lately. So some kind of unnormal energy. This is normally not you. I'm also seeing here with the Fool in reverse that there could be some kind of shortcut coming in, or someone is trying to make a shortcut to your life that will either keep you in this energy or will make sure that you keep free of this energy, that you finally find yourself coming into more freedom with this. Okay, so I'm seeing some kind of reverse energy here. Then you used to say this, or this is your response to that specific person, and then the person would say this and that back to you, and then it's like this forth and back, upside down, in reverse, upside down, in reverse. A never-ending story. Something is coming out here, and that could be someone who's making some kind of shortcut. So also some kind of flattery could enter your life, or is already in your life. And maybe someone is trying to tell you that this is a very unhealthy energy. You should really look out for that, because you're being backstabbed many times, and you still are. Who's playing you? Some of you really needs to come out of this energy. Let's just pull a final card. and we have 3 of Pentacles coming out here. There are some new stuff being disclosed to you. Okay, there is someone who might come in and cooperate with you. You need to put new shoes on. Okay, metaphorically. You need to take some new steps into discovery. Being more curious. Back to these 2 playful children up here. You need to be more curious. Don't be so prejudiced against yourself. Put on some new shoes. Put on your dancing shoes to dance away these energies, to move, okay? But do it steadily. Do it slowly. Know what you're doing. Look into the details. This is very much earth energy coming in. So something could be revealed to you, but you need to do the practical work yourself. But it's just the beginning of a journey away from all this mental mess. Bottom of the card deck, 9 of Pentacles. This could be a time for you where you are headed towards new projects. Again, a very practical card. You need to do something. Again, the blue color is calling to me here. She's got the falcon here, or bird, a hawk, something about sharp eyes. Again, back to Mars, the eyes that see here. Defend to the end the worthwhile, right? You need to put up your boundaries here and to head towards new projects, because this is a project in itself that could have been going on for many years. Okay, so be aware of that your road is shifting now. Something new is being revealed to you. You need to literally walk into a new direction. Mars is also about new direction, something new beginning here, because you see it now. You're becoming much more clairvoyant and clear understanding. Back to King of Swords. So look for some new long-term projects, because you've been in this for a long time, but you are also reaping off the rewards now for that job you have already done. The energy is protecting you. They've definitely seen your work here, and you've been working very hard to get to where you are. So keep a new outlook. Use King of Swords to have a fresh outlook on new long-term projects, because you've been doing this for far too long, and now there seems to come a shortcut for you to just come out of these energies. But there's some kind of practical work you need to do. So maybe you need to move or renovate your house or look for a new job, something like that. Or maybe just with Venus in Virgo in the South Node, change your ways, change your routines. And we would be surprised sometimes, I know for myself definitely, that just changing small things in my daily routines actually have a great impact on other areas of my life. Okay, I forgot to read the bottom card of the other card deck I used, so I'll just go back to that right now. Maybe there's a meaning to that. 2 of Pentacles. Things are moving. 2 of Pentacles. It's time. Things are shifting hands. We are entering new times or a new timeline. We're shifting homes, jobs, routines. Again, I'm seeing very much this about our routines. So it's really about looking into the details, looking into the small things, looking into what may not seem so significant, but maybe holds a great impact when we change on that, or we're tuning in on new stuff, changing direction in that it will have a great impact on other areas of our lives as well. And this is very much about our thinking processes and how it's affecting how we are manifesting into the world, right? So there is something new going on here. There's a flow, maybe an increase. It could also be a decrease. Maybe deals are being broken here. Everything is up in the air. But things are shifting. Things are changing. And we need to keep an eye on, or a mental focus on, being happy, on where we can just be safe and feel protected, What does that mean for us? Do we have a home that we feel safe in? Do we have relationships that we feel protected by? This is really about knowing your friends and knowing your family to the core. Because whatever it is that we are defending here, if we defend something that is destructive, we will have more of that in our lives. So we really need to ask ourselves, what is really worthwhile for me to defend? What am I defending? Right? Definitely don't want to defend people who are coming in, messing around with our mentality, or flatter us and then just backstab us. We definitely don't want to defend those people. Yeah, and as I'm saying that, 2 cards are coming out from a card deck here. I just accidentally touched, my hand was just touching that card deck. I just wanted to use that in at the end of the reading, but it's coming out now. Yes, as I'm saying this, nostalgia, someone who we used to hang out with. There's notification red. The colors here in this card deck is talking about what we really want, and we really want to put notification red on, okay, because something is coming back around. Someone, some energy or a person that we used to hang out with is coming back, and we need to be alert about that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up here. Some guides, some of your guides, something here, you're connecting with an energy that is really trying to alert you. Okay, so really be careful with what it is that's coming back. Is it something that we have really been longing for? Is it something that really touches our hearts, our feelings? Is it something, look for the frequency and vibration of it. If you feel weary about it, it's because it is weird. If you feel safe about it, it's probably is because it's showing up as a safe energy. Okay, so the last card deck I'm going to use today will be this card deck. What is it that you should keep an eye on right now, or where is it that you are headed your way forward from here? Let's have a look on that. I'm also hearing like the future right now, actually, or near future. What is it that you should be focused on? We have 9 of Cups. Whatever it is you feel devoted to, maybe your dreams. What is it that makes you feel like you being devoted to yourself? This is perhaps also about our deeds in life, and this is about our wishes coming true. You should really have a focus on that. What is it that you want to realize? What is it that you want to manifest? Keep your focus on your wishes, because some of you have already been on this journey. You're just getting out of it. Some of you are just entering into it, and others will be just in the middle of it right now. We have the Judgment card, definitely talking about renewal, being called out. So something is calling you. Maybe King of Swords, who's sitting up here in the sky. Could be Zeus, saying, you know what, I got it all covered for you. You just need to look up. Okay, look in between the skies, look between all the chaos, becoming your own clairvoyant here. Read between the lines, and also in Cancer season, go with your gut feeling. It's our stomachs. So if you feel hurt in your stomach or pain in your stomach, there's something you should be alert about. Or if it makes you feel warm in that area, on that region of your body, you should go with that. But you are definitely, we are being called out. We are going into renewal here. Our wishes are coming true. It's like the stars coming through for us. It's clearing up. We have 8 of Swords coming out. Something about feeling imprisoned, or that nobody wants to listen to us, they don't get us, or we're being overlooked or overheard. We should have a focus on our mentality right now and being our own psychologist, which means that when we come back home to ourselves after being out with friends or family, maybe we need to be our own psychologist. We need to analyze a little bit, why did they say that, and why did they respond to me when I talked about this and that. Here we really need to tend to our own, again, thinking processes. There could be a lot of analysis going on, but to protect ourselves a little bit when we communicate with other people, we should have a focus point on who is overlooking us, who doesn't want to know what we know, who doesn't really want to talk to us. Okay, so really, I'm getting a little bit of the eighth house vibe here, back to Pluto. What is it that we are magnetically, what are we drawing into our lives, or who are we drawing into our lives, and who needs a push out of our lives, who is messing with our mentality. Okay, so have an eye on that as well. Lastly, we have Eight of Pentacles, back to the 8 as well. Eighth house again. Putting up some personal boundaries again, new projects, new information on something. So if you're waiting for maybe selling your house, or you haven't found the right buyer yet, or something has been of a standstill, something is beginning to move there. There will be new information on that as well. So this could also be about maybe a job, or you want to renovate something, or there could be something in your financial situation in general, where there's new information coming in. And remember, the eighth house is about how we are sharing our resources with others. So this would also be where there could be some contracts or something kind of release from old contracts. So maybe you have some kind of interaction with your bank or insurance company or something like that, where you now see that there's a decrease or increase of energies here, where a deal is off or something like that. And it could be for the better or the worse. Okay, there is new information coming in on this, and it's all about you attracting things right now. Again, Mars surrounded with Pluto energies here. Bottom of the card deck here is Four of Pentacles. Yes, a new window is opening as an old door is being slammed behind us. This is where the oranges are coming in. We have a saying in Denmark that the oranges are coming into our hat. So what is it that is just coming in to wake you up here? Again, the orange color, something about the sacral chakra, second chakra. And our solar plexus chakra it's about manifesting and taking action. So what is it that we're creating here? A door is opening for us now. And again, back to your body. Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles could all be pointing to your body, because this is all earth energies. Okay, so for some of you, doing some kind of new sport or type of yoga or something, just moving your body in a different way will actually also have an impact on your job situation or your home situation, a house sale or something like that. It will have a deep impact on that. So some kind of juiciness is coming in with the orange here, and a window is opening up, a door is being slammed. Out of chaos comes cosmos. Okay, out of confusion comes mental clarity. So something is becoming very, very real here. It's realization of something. Okay, so I think that lastly, I will just pull some charms, and I will pull let's do this. This is about doors opening up, about portals, writing as small it's like some kind of poetry. Let's do that with Four of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see what it is that is opening up now, that's coming back around as an opening, where it before maybe was a closed door, and now something has been opened because we maybe more or less voluntarily has stepped into this journey of, I'm hearing the journey of darkness it's turning into the journey of gold. So let's see what's coming out here. What's the poetry for the ones I'm connecting with today? Thank you so much for being here. My name is Lune, and I am shooting my videos off from Denmark, Scandinavia, as I mentioned before. I will eventually begin to make readings in different languages, and in those cases you can always choose automatic subtitles to find your own language. there's this door, out of confusion and chaos, destruction. That's Pluto. Like, I'm gonna mess your life, I'm gonna mess up with you so badly, but eventually you will see why you had to go through these portals of destruction. Okay, so this is saying, walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people, the earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. The will, Pluto and Mars energies. You will find a way out here. There will be some kind of shortcut here. Your ancestors or your guides will assist you. Then we have this card talking about offerings. So maybe some of you has a link to Asia or Buddha, something like that. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. Back to 10 of Cups that we pulled earlier on. Okay, so there is hope here. Also with Uranus. Okay, so I will just pull a few words and a few charms here, and then I will close up reading. Okay, so let's see what's coming out here. Yeah, there's a lot of noise going on here. Okay, let's see what's coming out. Could we just have some charms here, please? Okay. Okay, I have a lot coming out here, so I'm just gonna mention it, and then you can just go with your intuition. I have a drop here, a raindrop, and I also have small magnets here, and that magnet has found its way to this raindrop. Okay, Pluto here. Raindrops keep dropping in my hair. There is someone who is attracting water and remembrance and the past, like it's coming in tenfold here. And then I'm seeing the letter I. This is about ourselves and Mars. What about me? And a whale, the tail of a whale, white color. And we have a little cat here, sensuality, or the small lion coming through. We have the swan, the white swan. You know, we have H.C. Andersen's fairy tales about the swan, about the ugly duckling who became a beautiful swan because of this messy journey. And sometimes life is just messy. And we have good luck here. See Jupiter come in, so maybe you want to check out your personal Jupiter position. We have an umbrella. Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, you are protected. You go out into the rain and then, you know, you may be walking out in the sun and all of a sudden the rain comes through. Well, wear an umbrella, okay? You will be protected. And we have the green leaf here. And some of you are actually leaving. I have leaf and leaving. Then we have spirit guides coming in here, or fairies, as we are working with the earth energy here as well. And definitely the turtle coming in here, that's definitely earth energy. And it's also keeping us connected to the cosmos. So the belly of this turtle is keeping us connected to earth, while the upper part of the turtle is keeping us connected to the cosmos. And then I have a little bit of amethyst coming in here, keeping you protected as well, and get you tuned in with outer worldly communication. And perhaps some of you are actually seeing through your third eye, and maybe even through your physical eyes. You are having an encounter here of the fourth kind. That might be for some of you that door that is opening here up to a different world that is just as real as the three-dimensional world that we are all part of. Okay, so I will end the reading on this note. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you here back next time. Thank you so much. Take great care up there. Much love here from me, and remember to take great care of yourself so that you can also take greater care of others. Okay, we're in a time where we need to take better care of ourselves and each other. So give a helping hand, and also giving a helping hand to yourself, so that you will be more prepared to assist people maybe working out their new projects in life. Okay, Thank you so much, and bye for now.